Please note this is an Xbox experience, not PC. Sometimes that can vary, so I did want to note that this is done on Xbox. Now, right here we have some flesh pounds, one of the hardest enemies in the game if you don't already know. This is a near done build. I didn't have it officially done. I will have all the builds up within a couple of weeks of the official launch, but that was just normal difficulty. All this footage is normal, a little bit is hard, but you'll see probably one or two more times where I just like 2 or 3 tap flesh pounds in the head. That's mostly done on normal difficulty. None of the 2 or 3 taps were done on hard. It can be a little bit more powerful. The 2 mods that I'm missing are 2 of the mods I wanted to build, but anyway, I'll have all that on launch. Let's get into a little bit more into the beta. So right here we have a boss fight, and as you can see, clip from the DVR, like everything looks really smooth. This is exactly how I saw it. Now there are some things like right a couple seconds earlier there were some white lights on the screen like flashing lines, but a lot of this visuals effects, it's like because there's 6 players on the screen and you don't know everybody else's moves. So some of this stuff that might look like it's a bug actually isn't. For the most part, this is actually really smooth visually. You might not think it, and if you're not liking it, obviously you're not going to like the game. But right there inside the body, that was actually really smooth for a game like this. The gameplay felt really crisp. The evade, I don't know, I could probably go for maybe like, maybe on some of the builds, I don't know if it would be bad overall. Maybe like speed it up maybe 25%, 20%, just really slightly speed up the cooldown on the evade to make it maybe a little bit faster. I think I'd like that a little better, but it's still smooth the way it is. Overall, movement was really good. Aiming, a lot of customization that you can do in the menus. Now, there was a little bit of bugs. Like I noticed one skill in one of the 2 builds that I didn't work, and it actually just showed the ammo count, and if you tried to fire it would revert it back to the standard max, so you couldn't go past the max ammo capacity for not Forrester, the bow dude, whatever his name was, I forget. But yeah, so there are a couple of minor bugs, but like it's 4 days in the beta. I can't comment if there's going to be anything game breaking. Maybe somebody discovers something. It wasn't me. Not enough time to really discover what's out there, but for the most part it does look pretty hopeful. I'm really hopeful that we're going to get on launch day at least almost no bugs, with like hopefully no major bugs, no game breaking bugs, and pretty smooth gameplay on launch day with solid servers. Now I want to note too, like basically almost every co-op online launch, especially ones that are crossplay, the game did have server issues at launch. But for this beta, it lasted roughly an hour, not maybe an hour, a couple of hours tops, and then the game stopped disconnecting whatsoever for the rest of the beta. Now, it's a closed beta, so there's a limited amount of people on the servers. The response time for this beta was excellent. Can they do it again on launch, or have it actually where nobody disconnects on launch for day 1? We'll see on that, but I am hopeful that is going to be at least not that bad. And you know what? Fuck it. At this point, with all these games coming out that are so bad on day 1, not that bad. You know what? Fuck it. I'll take it. Like, that's just what we gotta accept at this day, and I'm hoping that it gets better, but the reality is, most of these games are released early, and there's so much I can go into on why that is, but not going to do that now. But the beta, definitely felt really fun. Like, we only got one mode. This is all we could do. We got one thing where it was like 5-6 waves, and you can repeat. I like the old one where the endless mode, and hopefully get like raids, but just like this 1.5 mode, which I never would play if there were other modes, the most basic thing that I expect to be in the game, this mode, it's still a lot of fun. Like, I had a lot of fun playing. I grounded a little bit to do 2 builds, but I'm actually going to release them when the game officially comes out versus releasing them now. But even all that grinding, I was still having fun the entire time. You know, a new game, you always have a little bit more fun if it's something you enjoy. But yeah, I'm actually really looking forward to the beta coming out. I mean, not the beta, wow, the official release of the game. Like right here, we have a little bit of the bow build I was doing where I upped the fire rate a little bit. Like you can actually really fire this bow super fast, but it is a lot more damaging when you charge it. Like those beginning flesh pound kills I showed you with the 2 and the 3 shots in the head to kill him. And over here we have another one, but this is a team one, so it's a little hard to actually show. I actually don't even think I got that last shot off. I'm not sure if I got the kill or somebody else got the kill there. But yeah, anyway, so here we have another boss, and this one was a clutch. Like everybody on the team died. It was actually like 5 minutes of me running around the map. I ran out completely out of ammo, was down to shurikens, clutched it. But yeah, like this is a lot of fun too. I like these grindy like clutch. Like you don't see this too often unless you're playing maybe like Hell on Earth, that you'll see an entire team wipe on normal. Well, I didn't wipe, but yeah, it's pretty easy to wipe if you gotta fight 2 or 3 bosses and you're solo. That is not that easy to do. Very easily could have wiped here, but I got lucky and clutched that. But yeah, it's fun. Like I was able to run around and like it was on my ass the entire time. Like I had just enough time to pick up another heal, do a little bit of damage, loop around the map. Like I don't know if you're into that rotation, but I love it. Right here we have the glitch out of the map. Now you can rewind, you can see exactly how I got in. I didn't bother trying to recreate it. I was going to, and then I forgot and didn't go back to it. It definitely can be recreated if you did this, but it's probably going to get patched if the devs see this at but it might be available on day one. Most of my videos don't blow up, so it was really was fun to fight this boss out of bounds. And you could tell none of the other players had seen it before because they all just stood there and they're like, what the fuck? And this is the only time it did happen. So it definitely looks like you have to kind of cause it, but it also does look like with that grapple, we may be able to grapple out of the map. So that, for all you people that love to go test all those locations of where you can go out of the map, the grapple dude is the dude, because that's not the first time I've had that happen. I actually had another time where I grappled like 2-3 times the distance I should be able to grapple onto some way out dude across the map. Like, I don't know how the fuck it happened. It was on a long ass stretch that I shouldn't have been able to teleport across, and it did. So, and that dude is definitely going to be one to look at for finding all the spots in the game. Because, you know, that stuff the devs never found on day one. We're going to constantly find spots so we can go out the map. Well, I don't really do all that testing. I just share them all. So if any of my friends tell me anything that hasn't already been shared, then I'll share that shit. Like, but other than that, we got some footage over here of the drone. This is one of the abilities of Foster. I love that ability. Like, when you get it fully maxed, it actually can be really powerful. You can either have it where you get headshots and you can get it like 3 times a wave, or you can have it where it lasts like forever and you get it like once, maybe twice a wave. This footage right here, this is one of my favorite things. I killed the dude on the zip line. That was just so hot. But yeah, this game, the beta, was a lot of fun. Here, just want to end it just showing a little bit of the menus. Did like how it's done for the skills. Like most games, I kind of looked at like some of them were stupid, but you know what, I gave them credit because a lot of the choices, it was kind of like, do I take this one or do I take this one, or do I do 2 different builds? Like, which one do I choose? Like, you actually did have to make a choice. It wasn't clear as day, and it wasn't, like, complicated as fuck. So I like that. It was really, they gave you a bunch of choices, or a handful of choices, or a couple of choices, and really 2 or 3 of them made sense, and you picked one. And I like that games that work like this. So overall, I love the beta, had a lot of fun with it. Everything for the most part seemed pretty damn good. A little bit of minor shit, but I expect all that to be worked out on day one early updates. If you liked the video, leave a like, comment, share. It helps others find the video. I hope this helped. Stay tuned. On official release, I'll have all the builds up within the first couple weeks.